The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started today. Tablet and pen time. If you don't have it, run and go get it real quick, please. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. If you don't know that by now, I am the godfather of credit. Wow. I got that nickname years ago on KNX Radio. Been on there about 48 years. Having fun helping people like you getting to million to billion. I can say it because I got to do it. Why can't you? Now, this is live, and I'm live 6 days a week. Now, the next thing is there's no pictures or recording because I need you to put information here. Next thing is I like goodies. You like goodies? See, goodies to me are Lamborghinis, Ferraris, helicopters, yachts, and mansions, and a bunch of money. So I'm online 6 days a week. You might want to play with me just a little bit. From there, I got rags to riches. That's just me. I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me, so I got to be used and abused by Mrs. Hope, the Hope rich and famous family too. So what do we get to do? Pretty simple. Today, your journey can begin with me, if you pay attention, that is. Next thing is, as we go through this goal, I want you to have that tablet and pen ready to write everything I say, do, because today we're going to give you some rules and tools. Look behind the curtain, because you need to. I'm sorry, you keep following people like ducks and sheep. Quit hiring the attorney, the CPA, and all the pieces. What you have to do is learn things for yourself. I'm going to show you things they don't even know how to do themselves too. But again, it's up to you. So let's talk about a long time ago. I want you to talk about your personal credit. Why don't you get out your personal credit cards or your personal wallet? Why don't we put a sticky there? Why don't you write down the limit? Maintain 25%. Never go past 29%. That'll create your line of defense. See, these two cards here represent $100,000. That means I got 71,000 of safety case blankets the fan, lost your job or pandemic. Because this crap's got to stop. You jacked it up, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more. You can write out dilly squat. I don't know why people do that. Makes no sense to me. So let's look at this. This is chapter 18. It's a corporation. Wow. It says a corporation is a legal person. It's public record. It may sue or be sued. So what did I do? Simple. When I was 7.5 years old, I heard that. listening to a poker game. I wrote it down. I basically wrote it down. They told me it was weird, probably true. I rode my little bicycle down to the Torrance Police Department. There's a library next door. I went in and said, "Ma'am, what does this mean?" She walked away rudely. She came back. "Here's a microphone. Here's a buck." She was a biatch, unfortunately, that day. So I went back. I wanted to find my blueprint. I thought it'd be in the book and CD. It wasn't. You see, in the microfiche too. Here's the problem. You got to learn the rules and tools on your own too. It's how you learn to do a business. You kind of learn on your own. So when I sent away my money order, Secretary of State of California, all right, when I was 9.5 years old, I found out corporations are free. Why would anybody spend thousands of dollars for a piece of paper that's free? Don't learn diddly squat. Is that what you did? I got $100,000 in the mail on credit cards. I got named in the movie Dave. Then at 12.5, I got sued. That sucks. I got named in a lawsuit. I used the word Braille. It belongs with a Braille institution. All right, so what am I going to do? Scared the crap out of me. So I had to master division process and create that and invent it. I had to master trade name and trademarks and copyrights too. So today, you're going to learn never to bring the pain home again. Is that okay with you? As we play, let's keep in mind. If you have a corporation today, you look on the Secretary of State's website, you will find your corporation in your name. You're the incorporator, you're on the officer list too. When they sue the corp, they sue you. That makes you a duck and a sheep. You might want to think a different way. Hey, how about the division process I invented for me in 85, 86? So the next thing is you got to put your ducks in a row. So what does that mean? Corporation, 3 divisions, and $1 million of credit. And never bring the pain home. You see, the reality is I have a foolproof program that nobody can screw up as long as they follow through. Here's some rich and famous clients as well. Kind of fun. From there, we got homeless people. We got people coming out of prison. Even Free Ray, Ricky Dicky Ross, simple to do. And then you got Thomas, who came out of prison after 26 years. And within 8 months, we build them up and away. Brand new dump trucks too. So what happens is you didn't understand the rules and tools. I'm sorry, you didn't pay attention. You listened to your friends and family about starting your credit. And then how's that going for you? See, Franklin D. Roosevelt, literally January 30th, 1934, created the Gold Reserve Act. He confiscated the gold. I think they called it Fort Knox. You remember that? Maybe you got your SSN before Nixon took the gold standard out. You did it on your own 14 to 16. Okay, that's very simple to do. Then Nixon, on August 1971, took the gold standard out. So that means every woman who delivers a baby at the hospital is federally mandated within 2 hours of delivering the baby to get an SSN. So understand, the biggest mistake people do, don't understand how to play. You got an SS5 form to get your Social Security card. You or mommy did. SSN Social Security card, you get 1. That creates your 1040 tax return. It's called We the People. And then when they track our income and tax that tax till we're dead. The corporations, like the banks and grocery stores, they bankrupt locations called branch numbers. And they get a tax credit for that too. So let's understand SS4 today. Legal name of entity. Individual person. If you allow me, I'll put your name on line 1 and create a division of you too. SS5 equals SSN equals 1040. So we look at the SS4 equals 1120, known as the tax ID, ultimate goal. By the way, you never had to bring the pain home in the first place. Truly a choice of yours. You fall like ducks and sheep. Long as we're trying, we're not dying. If we're not trying, one of us will be dead. If you say you've never filed tax returns or you're trying to play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess, that doesn't work. Or you probably belong in prison. The reality is if you write down irs.gov and look up the 1244, you can file one tax return called single filing and almost never pay tax again. So what the dummies over here could have done through the corporation and structure, the IRS, they wouldn't have to pay tax anyway. They're all over here saying, I won't pay tax. That's called stupid. I don't understand stupid. So what happens is the lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. So the bottom line is why corporate credit? Well, let's see. If you use your personal credit, you jack it up, you get stuck, you can't get any more, you can't ride dilly squat. If we use corporate credit through tax ID through my system, you get to write it all off. It's kind of like free money as long as you maintain the payment. The next thing is, it doesn't hurt the family. And divisions give you the line of defense. And we have the ability to have a legacy too. So I want you to think about the United States of America Incorporated. Well, they got 50 corporations. They call them states. States got corporations called cities. They invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. All right, so they can bank the debt, stay in business like they did for 11 cities so far. See, your problem is you don't know how to play. We, the people, all stay in every day, and a corporation's a legal person too. Stop bringing the pain home. So I create a division process to make sure I don't have to bring the pain home like you, and if I needed a second chance too. Write down 9 divisions today, please. So I want you to think about writing down division of me. I want you to think. Here's that form again. What if you allow me to put your name there, corporation, division, or subsidiary, and build a corporate umbrella for you? What if we look at one of the Lamborghinis I obtained? If I do it under me and I lose it, they basically report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now I have a creditor problem and an IRS problem. So I don't want to do that. So I did it as a division of a corporation under the SS4. If I do it through the corp and they sue the corp, they would sue me. That makes me a duck and a sheep. So what did I do? Division process that I invented in 85, 86. So that means a division. All right, and I guarantee it is a division of me. I can always do the 3-step if something goes wrong. It's called disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I'm not going to hurt my family. Next, if I lease a building, maybe I need to grow or the building didn't work out for me. What do I need to do? Sign it as a division of a corporation. How you receive money as well and the pieces of property too. So what you see on Google and YouTube and tickety talk, this is how rich and famous people do it, LLC. These are just stupid things. I'm sorry to tell you, they really are. Next, your children need to work here to get a tax benefit. None of that matters in the beginning when you start a corp. What matters is how you receive money. You're not taxable till you're profitable. Simple. Under the Fair Lending Act, if I get you $1 million card, would you like 9 sisters? Would you like 99 more cards? They offer it all the time. It's up to you. So let's show you again. The Lamborghini is a division of a corporation. All right, got a problem. What can I do? I can do the 3-step disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and replace you again as SS4. Don't have to be stressed out, and I can maintain my 750 and above. Simple to do. Me as a division, guaranteeing credit, guarantee house and franchise. I thought the goal was not to bring the pain home. Ultimate goal, corporate umbrella. So if we play my way, look at the Secretary of State's Today website and find your corporation. All right, and if you find your home address, please change it. 87% of people make the same stupid mistake every day. Now you're on a national mailing list. Everybody knows where you live. Do yourself a favor today. Put your ducks in a row, because when they sue the corp right now, they sue you. That makes you a duck, which sucks. Divisions give you the line of defense, and they're filed privately anyway, 2 per each item. So understand, as long as you have no intent to do fraud, you can get rid of a division versus the corp and your family. And if you have a corp today, let me build you the first $100,000, if you would please. Then I'll ask you, would you like 9 sisters? There's your first $1 million. No more excuse. All right, and up to $10 million of credit too. So we get to play. Corporate credits are right up, personal credits not. So here we go. Here's a $100 million building across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall. Here's a $1 million Lamborghini, one of the $5 million mansions, and a race boat for $1 million too. What's the difference? I obtained all of them. Why haven't you? From there, I got to get you that first 100,000 of corporate credit. Then I have one source, which is me, and I can repackage every one of you so you never bring the pain home. Ultimate go. I like goodies. So the bottom line is, would you like some goodies too? That means you need to be a corporate millionaire as well. And I'll repackage every one of you. So again, if you need some phone calls, you want me to blueprint you, you let me know. 1 call, $250, 3 calls, $499, 7 calls, $799, 26 calls, $27.99. From there, I want to add basically history to you. Rebuild you like one of the mansions that I obtained. You can get one too if you want. But I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW, and Experian years ago. You got choices. What is your goal today? Find out how many working days you have left of this year. That's pretty important. You need to know that answer. As we look at if you're one of the people in the 6 months program, this Saturday is your last and final workshops. Your video conferencing's over. Just want to make sure you marked it down. The ultimate goal. If you want basically, all right, 90 days of workshops and video conferencing, the office is selling for about $8,000. Through me, it's $29.99 if you did it during this broadcast. There's the phone calls as well at a discounted price. So if you want to go through the rest of the year in my workshops, you let me know. All right, ultimate goal. From there, it's $19.99 for all the workshops the rest of the year. And it's a Zell. So we have a schedule. I'm online 6 days a week live. So the reality is I can hold your hand every step of the way. Credit, loan, money. Let's take $100,000 off of a card. Corporate card tax ID doesn't show up on personal reports. Let's put it in the bank and let's reference it by 3 and times 5. That can create up to $1.5 million of line of credit. By the way, then you buy a franchise or apartment complex through division process. Just by using that first 100,000, you can turn it into 1.5 million. That is cash flow. So that's 10,000 to 50,000 a month of residual income. So maybe you'll think about Section 8 properties. Maybe you want residual income and you want the 3 divisions and 3 pieces of property as well, leaving a legacy. So let's keep in mind 10,000 to 50,000 a month. So the boot camp coming up this next weekend is going to be about more legacy and planning to die. We are going to go through the 18 books and CDs again and again. So you might want to think about today to look in the mirror, stare at yourself for 5 minutes, and then ask yourself a question. What did you do yesterday to get you towards some first million? Ultimate goal. Maybe you need the list for repo, car, boat, house, apartment, and duplex. Maybe probate lists, maybe divorce lists. Maybe you want to sell, supply, and vend your credit on Amazon and be a distributor making $1 million a year. Corporations should have literally $1 million of credit, so should every division, and then checkbook money. Supply and vend your credit, that's the ultimate goal. So keep in mind you should have at least up to 1 million, if not plus more, and that's the ultimate goal, all right, that you want to do. So as we do this, let's understand how to play it. Biggest problem I always have is you, by the time you're done what I tell you to do and you look behind, you'll probably have a $10 million company too. From there, just do yourself a favor. Don't think, just do. Next, let's go to all the expos, franchise shows, and hedge funds. Let's look at all of those too. The boot camp's going to help you a lot of ways, and that's the ultimate goal today. If you want an ultimate package, it's basically private calls for 30 days with me, boot camp, and 90 days of level 1, 2, and specialty classes and 9 divisions. You had 6 ways you can do this today, so take a picture of this page only based on the credit amount you want. So that way you can get the credit and all the goodies as well. As we do this, it's a Zell today. Ray Reynolds recipient, Ray@raisecredit.com. Always put RW when you Zell, and put what you Zell for in the message as well too. As we play goodies, corporation, buildings, Lamborghinis, boats, and yachts, and all kinds of goodies. Don't you like those too? God's gift. All right. You race boats and yachts in the harbor, in your backyard, Duffy's, Lamborghinis, buildings. So the goodies are fine. So me, I accomplished all the goals I've ever had. At 26, I brought in 2.6 billion in corporate structure. So let's understand. There's me breaking the world record for the highest and fastest kick in 81. So in other words, white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. From there, I kicked at the lights at night. No matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. Very simple. I never hear the word no. That's just somebody who doesn't know how. The lack of knowledge is why people simply do stupid things. Husband and wife, man and woman. Stop bringing the pain home, please. All you need is the right coach, which is me. Simple to do. 1,000 steps to millionaire. Learn to be the certified CFO. My legacy is leaving 10 billion plus to the Ray Reynolds University is my goal too. From there, what legacy did you get? Or what legacy will you get? Probably a big fat zero. Why don't you think about leaving a legacy, all right, for you and your corporation and all the goodies that you're trying to do? Ultimate goal, all right? So you got choices, very simple as you do this. So we have to understand how to play, all right? So again, this is what we get to do. Very simple. So the corporation and the divisions, all right, is what we're trying to get to in your legacy, because the corporation lives forever. You cannot. So the ultimate goal is very simple as we get to play the game. All right, the ultimate game is what we get to do. So every one of us, all we have to do is understand the rules, tools, and all we have to do is truly just follow through. The ultimate goal is very simple for everyone to listen and to learn, that we can leave a legacy, because the reality is you need to. We're going to change the world. Today, I'd like you to write down UCC1. Can you do that for me, please? UCC1. I'd like you to think about, write down irrevocable trust as well. The ultimate goal, as you get to play the game and you get to win, because that's the ultimate goal. See, every one of us have the ability to do what we need to do if we pay attention, and that's the ultimate goal. So if you take a list today and you list everything in your house, your office, and you can turn it in even to an irrevocable trust, all right, and you can also turn it into a note. That's called a chattel mortgage. A chattel mortgage is how you play the game, because you can even borrow against your own goodies today. There would be your legacy, okay? Very simple. So the irrevocable trust. So let's think, if the corporation is all set up very simple, and the entities and the divisions, we do it my way, all right, and everything goes to irrevocable trust when we're dead, that means someone can share all the goodies. That doesn't mean they have to pay tax. Who's going to get all the goodies you have left? Ultimate goal is learning to control the goodies as well. As you play, I always like to do several things today. I'd like you to think about any program you usually get with me. I tend to give you up to 10 times more back to you of personal and business credit, because I want you to understand, I know you've been ripped off by other people. Why don't you allow me to hold your hand? The ultimate goal is very simple. So here's a corporation managing entities. The ultimate goal. What did Bank of America do? They bankrupt thousands of locations using branch numbers. From there, they literally chase US Bank, Wells Fargo, Sam's Club, Geico, or in cities. So if they can bankrupt locations, get a tax credit, why are you bringing the pain home in the first place? Why did you do that? I don't understand. So let's write down, number one, stop bringing the pain home. Number two, let's learn to be a certified CFO. And number three, basically reprogram our brains into millionaire status. The ultimate goal is very simple to do. It's called a blueprint. I started my blueprint when I was 9.5 years old. I call it see it, believe it, go get it. So we have some choices, and my thought of the week is very simple today. All right, now you're getting some tools. What do we get to do? It's time to literally see it, believe it, and go get it. Ultimate goal. As we play the game of business, I wrote that 45 years ago. We can all win if you want to. Let me repackage you. I'm talking your whole life. If we look at the corporation managing entities, all right, and you basically stop bringing the pain home, you put your ducks in a row, you let me repackage you under the same corporate umbrella. That would be the ultimate goal. So I got a TV show coming up next year, and that's what I'm going to be doing most time next year. From this year is my last day. Last time is 6 days a week. I've done this for 45 years. Here's rich and famous people. I help them too. What did you do? You probably had a kitchen table meeting with your friends and family. We're going to start a business, and someone, hopefully they said, what if it goes wrong? What if something gets screwed up? You see, when you jack up your credit cards, you dropped your score, got stuck, can't get any more, couldn't ride a diddly squat. Sorry, I call that stupid. There's no reason to bring the pain home in the first place. So let's understand today we're going to learn to play the right way. Never bring the pain home again. As we play, let's write down today's date. Let's project 90 working days. All right, winning the game of business, I wrote it 45 years ago. So I sold it at the Bonaventure for about 32 years, every Wednesday night, 7 p.m., 5,000 a set. So if you want to copy the blueprint, 12 book CDs, you let us know. It is free to you as long as you Zelle $99 that pays for shipping and handling too. The ultimate goal. From there, it is a Zelle with RW and Zelle. Next thing is my new system's coming out. It's going to have a DVD inserts and memory chips as well. Fun. But that one's going for about $2,000. Starting a business, running a business isn't easy. The people around you, you don't know if they're going to knock you off the cliff or going to basically catch you or going to fall off and die. So do yourself a favor like I do every day. I wake up at 2:25. I go to my knees. I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. I put myself in check. When you don't get a mommy and a daddy and a family, and all you get used and abused as a kid, what do? Feel sorry for yourself or go get it? Simple. I think most people, all right, rather follow like ducks and sheep and they're lazy. I don't think you should do that. It clouds your direction. So let me show you what happened to me in July 4, 2009. I got 3 yachts in my backyard, making millions and billions of dollars. I'm helping people 6 days a week. My wife wants to take one of the yachts in the backyard and watch the fireworks with a group of people. Next day I die. I'm basically hearing what's in the room, but I'm dead. I'm in a different place. Tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. The nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. Jesus gave me a choice to stay in peace or go back. I said go back. So the ultimate goal is very simple. I'm God's example, to let you know. So I had to move 24 times by the time I'm 11 and a half years old. I've been shot twice and 6 times. So I'm going to tell you there's no excuse anymore. You met me, and it's not easy. We got to basically understand I'm truly God's example, but all you have to do is learn to see it, believe it, and go get it. And let me hold your hand as we rebuild you too. I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. Being a Christian is a way of life, not a moment in time. So I think you're stuck. Let's get you past go. Let's show you some real Lamborghinis, Duffy's mansions, and how white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. More Lamborghinis, race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Dogs, yachts, and Ferraris. I call it Ray's Rules. Is that okay with you? We get to play. There's that blueprint again. See it, believe it, go get it. The ability to get where we're trying to go. Now, credit repair, sorry if you actually spent 100 plus a month for a couple of years and still have shitty credit, because they don't have a magic wand. They're fraud. All credit repair companies are fraud, to be honest with you. They're not allowed to collect money up front, but they do. It says it right on the Federal Trade Commission's website. So why don't you Google Section 611 today? Find out what you can do for yourself too. First, you can't rip off your creditor. You can't be a crook. If you have an open collection account, negotiate it, man up, woman up. Be responsible. If you want the 750, all you got to do is negotiate an open collection account. Take all your cards and put it 25, 29% to and a wrapper refresh. Now you got a 750 more, and all you got to do is let me rebuild you too. Become a what? CFO for the corp and the divisions. I call that the KISS method. Is that okay? It's called Keep It Simple, Stupid. Reality is that's what we get to do. Here's your first 25 steps today. Number 1, get your basically Intuit Credit Karma. It's free. Ultimate goal. No phone number to help you. But again, what do we get to do? Analyze your credit right away and show you exactly what you need to do on your part. And I'll call your case number in rotation on a Saturday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. So that we know exactly what you need to do. Here's the application that no one paid attention to besides me. This is the one to get the SSN. It's called an SS5 form. So it says full name of birth other than above, name you want to use. SSN, SS5 form equals 1040 tax return. It also says on your social card we need to read today front and back. To basically not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes. So the reality is it also says social belongs to property of social administration, not you. So understand your SSN is for your first 1040 tax return. When you got your paycheck years ago, You thought the company you worked for ripped you off until they pointed out that the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. Ultimate goal, that's what makes us ducks and sheep. A corporation's a legal person, and we the people. Why don't we play by the IRS's rules and not make a mess? Because that doesn't work, and understand the 1244, filing one tax return, call a single filing. Simple to do. From there, we get one SSN. We're all ducks and sheep. Corporation gets one SS4. They sue the corp, they sue you. Sorry, you didn't do it my way. It's kind of silly and dumb. I'd rather have division process, so the divisions become the ducks. I become a certified CFO, and I don't bring the pain home ever again. And I reprogram my brain. So I got to repackage you into the SSN. I got to make you a qualified CFO for the corp and the divisions. Same time, I got to train you about an SS4 so you can choose wisely from now on and put your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella. Is that okay if you pay attention today? Ultimate goal, that form again, SS5. Let's compare it to the SS4. Is that okay with you? Line 1, legal name of entity, individual person. Your banks, grocery stores, and cities, bankrupt locations called branch numbers using separate tax IDs. You might want to learn to play and quit bringing the pain home again. It does say banking and credit purposes right on the form. It's right there. So understand that's one per entity. Remember that a corporation should do what? Buffer tax, no taxes due, you're profitable. From there, corporate credit. Right, to write it all off. Cart, fleet price, free buffet. That's all the corp should do while it manages its divisions. Divisions are the line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, all right, multiple credit reports, flippity-dippity doing real estate, and separate liability. So please write down divisions, give you the line of defense. As you build the tax IDs, I build them for you, build your credit report, and build it under the same corporate umbrella, which you get to write it all off and build that business you want to as well. So I will guarantee what I say I can do. As long as you're part of the program, you do what I ask you to do, and you follow through. Violation, do not do that, please. I add history to you, corporate division, so you get prove things in the mail are not true. So again, do not play push me, pull me. Don't apply for credit, don't jack up cards. If you crash your rapid and screw things up, I'm sorry to say, we charge you a fee or we force to close your case. An open collection account, negotiate please. Past cannot chase future. IRS problem 2, they got a form called 656 of 433A and B. Ultimate goal, step number 3. So again, there's that 750 score. All we have to do is go get a $100 million building across the South Coast Plaza Mall, $1 million Lamborghini, $5 million mansion, and $1 million race boats. That's what I did. Why don't you? So let me analyze you. Add rapid refresh. Push your score up and away. All right, as long as you're part of the program too. She's got a basically a 651 with no green lights. So I create and push her up 132, create green lights. Now we can build $1 million of credit as well. So here's a bankruptcy case. No credit at all. Here's an unsecured card for $500. Here's 11 collection accounts at a 571. Here's 3,000. Let's help them negotiate their debt and solve some problems. So if you let me rebuild your credit, rapid score, go to class on Saturday and pay attention to 750 score, the ultimate go is 999 and 1,000 card back to you. During the broadcast, now, we will give it to you for $499. And then the card that gets you is $500 to reimburse you. Very simple. Make sure you have a picture of Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, rayscredit.com. Ultimate goal. Referrals, if you want to give them, that's great. Thank you very much. I'll bill more credit or I'll sell you back 10%, as long as your referral says your name when they sign up. They can also, when they Zelle, put your name on a little message too. If they don't, they kind of blew it for you. If you want to email me their name of your referral and phone number, I'll have one of our controllers call them right away. Now, I need you to pay attention to this because we have a problem. You're on the national mailing list. You're probably a voter. They sell that 412 times a year. From there, all right, you had a cable bill, corporation. So if you want to get off the mailing list and not get all the robocalls too, All you have to do is call 888-567-8688. Opt out for 5 years or a lifetime. That's step 4. Next, we have to think about planning the problem. See, you had a friend and family member rip you off, sorry to say. You spent thousands, some didn't work. Next, we have to write down safety credit. Every card needs a sticky. The limit of the card, maintain 25% always, never pass 29%. So these cards represent $100,000. If we create our line of defense, we don't have to bring the pain home. As I drew for Yarborough years ago at TRW and Aspirin, 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. Ultimate goal, the sticky will give you the discipline you've been lacking all along too. So let's understand today, it's very simple. All right, we want to make sure we understand. All right, most people have emergencies like me or you, and this crap has to stop. What you have to understand is all cards but 2, all right, basically fluctuate past the 29% rule. So we have to go get gold and platinum American Express cards because they don't fluctuate your credit ever. And you can max them out up to $1 million and pay it over time too. What most people do when they have an emergency or lose their job, they run out of time, they run out of money, and they can't wait to jack up their credit cards in 42 days. And then tell the world to feel sorry for them too. Doesn't do any good. So let's understand today. You needed $5,000 now. Go ask your friends, your family, the bank. They're all going to say no when you need it. So if I take this $5,000 card in my hand and max it out, the payment is $50 a month. They say the average person wastes $140 a week. If that's true, that's $600 a month. If I took $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, the reality it's a write-off and its payment is $612.26. So I could have got 2 pizza restaurants during a pandemic using some common sense. That's all we got to do. So let's understand something today. All right. White men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. So let's understand Nixon took the gold standard out. We take the 2 cards that represent up to $100,000. We use the 29% rule. We have $71,000 of safety, and we don't jack it up again and hurt the family. If something goes wrong, it's a division, not the corporation, because you protect the corp, that protects you. So keep in mind today, that's your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules, step 7. All right, become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. The ultimate goal is how to play. There I am in that coma. All right, I would have wished I could have just sat up and said boo, scared the you-know-what out of everybody in the room. But the reality is I couldn't because I was dead. H1N1 killed me, but I had to come back and help you. Why don't you Google the address today and find out I'm telling you the truth? 2 comas, 1 crippled. Jesus said, get up, I got up. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. So I think the devil's trying to hold us back or knock us down. But again, God's delays aren't God's denials. So here we go again, chapter 18. A corporation is a legal person. It may sue or be sued. Learned it at 7 years old. Went to the library for 2 years. And the reality is very simple. The lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. I don't think people are stupid, but they do stupid things, and half the people are lazy anyway. So helping hand industry, I started at 9.5. Don't understand why people spend thousands on a corporation and don't learn diddly squat. Got 100,000 of credit cards in the mail. Got named in the movie Dave. So today, when I was 12.5, I got sued, named in a lawsuit. It scared the crap out of me. So I had to master trade names, trademarks, and copyrights. So keep in mind, division process helps you protect the corp and you. The ultimate goal is to never bring the pain home. So a division, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, disconnect, isolate, incorporate. From there, I can basically, if I've got a piece of property slip and fall, they can't take away the corp or me because I'll disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Again, supplying cash credit too. So a division is a legal person under the corporation. We can truly become a certified CFO. I built credit for my cat years ago. I just wanted to prove my point. From there, Inc. magazine interviewed me at the Bonaventure, and I told him use plastic to finance your business. That's in the next article too. So have 9 divisions, please. Let's think about something today. If we build a corporate umbrella, you allow me, all right, to get you the tax ID for the divisions. and I set up a Experian, Trandio, and Equifax, and I build you credit, all right, credit from the corporation's credit cards, and I line you up for checkbook money. 9 divisions create up to $1 million. 41 divisions is up to basically 5 million. So if you want, check out your corporation today, please. If you use your home address, please change it. That was silly and dumb. 87% of people do. When they said don't put your, put all your eggs in the basket or eggs in the basket and put your ducks in a row, I just asked them what they meant. The grown-ups couldn't answer it for me. So I created a solution for them. The bottom line is if the corporation is sued, they sue you, you became a duck. That sucks. So a division line of defense gives you the protection I'm talking about today. There's the dashboard using tax ID. From there, everybody has an excuse. Sorry, I had to sell my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, and my bracelet when I came out of a coma because my life was stolen. I didn't have time to go boo-hoo-hoo. Don't use personal money to build a business, maybe a little bit to start it, because all corporate credit through tax ID is a cash write-off. Simple to do. Get you one card. My next question, would you like 9 sister cards? There you go. It builds up to $1 million of credit. We get a pack of 10. So we do this per card as well. That's how you get to $1,000 to $1 million of credit. Very simple. They offer 99 more cards off one card. From there, they even give lines of credit. So let's understand the division through me today. I will give you 2,000 of history to each tax ID, credit reports, build the ultimate umbrella for you, and I'm going to charge you $4.99 for each division. That's 3 for $14.97. It is a Zell, now. Ultimate goal, I will get you some corporate credit. Why don't you loan it out? Why? What would that do? Why don't you enhance your paycheck or replace it? Again, it's up to you as you structure that today. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? I like all kinds of goodies. We get to play. You should have $1 million of corporate credit cards and $5 million of checkbook money. That would be the ultimate goal. So let's think today, 100,000 to 1 million of vendor and supply credit. You don't pay a bill up to 90 days. So we can play the game and learn to win called OPM. Other people's money too. So if I get you a green card for the corporation, it's called a Spark. Would you like 9 sisters? B of A, 9 sisters. Wells Fargo, 9 sisters. Inc. card, 9 sisters. And then you have your gold card, 9 sisters as well. That's up to 5 million for the first 5 cards. If you like, we go after the other 5 cards too. And at the same time, we should think about checkbook money. See, your banks or grocery stores and all the things you're trying to do, reaching the goal, what they do, it bankrupt the location, branch number. So you have nothing to lose by doing what I tell you to do and everything to gain. For instance, unsecured business line of credit. They want a 2-year corporation. Wait 2 years is 2 years, maybe next year and do it. Or get one we have in stock, or maybe have one. I like checkbook money. That's the ultimate goal, but it's up to you. Getting up to 5.4 million and having 9 divisions too. That way you can get to the American dream. If you don't have a 2-year corp and would like one, we have one left in stock. You can qualify in any state you want to qualify in and pay the filing fee. We charge $9.99 at the office for it. During the broadcast, I discount half price to $4.99. It's a Zell. Always put RW in your Zell. So why cash credit to a corp? Come on, we get to write it all off. Want to steal from the family. So if you want the master's program, this is $1 million of credit. It's $45,000 of bonuses for free. I charge 10%, that's $100,000. So if we do this correctly today, if you pay in full, you get a 50% discount for $50,000. Or if you have all the bonuses already, then it's $30,000 with no bonuses. You can always put $10,000 down, and you can pay as you go as I build your credit. Pay your payment out of the credit I build you. Very simple to do. When you allow 10 in this program, we're almost there anyway. So you got a couple left. That is a today offer today only. From there, I got specialty classes in rotation. Saturday, I have 10 classes that are live from 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. This Saturday is stock kit. So we understand I charge $9.99 for 90 days of workshops for specialty class, or $4.99 per class. Ultimate goal, this crazy stuff has to stop. Now that you have some rules and tools, and you know what cards you can use to max it out and not hurt your score and fluctuate ever again, it's gold and platinum cards. Very simple. Every application requires a certified CFO. If you want to use a credit card or something, you can call Scott, my controller, or email me a name and a phone number. That's all we got to do. So the goal would be, if a corporation is built up, has divisions, the divisions become the duck, not the corp, and not you. Remember, corporation, borrow money is not taxable. Get your lifetime income coming in, and the ultimate goal is very simple. That's your cake and eat it too. Raise rules, become a certified CFO. If I gave you a check for $1 million today, hypothetically, what would you do with it? I'm sorry, you'd put it in your personal bank account. You'd keep $375, the rest would go to the IRS. I would have told you put in the corporation of you. Absorb the money, pay all the bills first, grow the business, pay the tax on the leftover. See, the United States of America Incorporated, they've already bankrupted 11 cities, because the United States of America is a corporation, and states or cities, they're corporations too. They created Chapter 9 bankruptcy, and they get to play the game, and you can do it too, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. Step number 9 today. Google bankruptcy, please. I'd like you to Google bankruptcy to find out who's going to be the duck the next time when things screw up. Will it be your family, SSN? Would it be a tax ID division subsidiary? Your choice is to understand how to play. Ultimate goal for you is, let me rebuild you in your life. I can build you $1 million of credit, as long as you go to class, you pay attention, you don't fall in you know what, and you follow through. Here's a starter package for you. Rebuild the credit, rapid score. Articles also says tax ID are free if you don't have them already. If you do, we'll build what you got. We'll put you in a setup in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will charge you $9.99. The office will give you $5,000 of credit. I'm going to give you 10 if you did it during this broadcast with me. Analyze the credit, add history, and start popping credit as soon as possible as you become the certified CFO, and then you get level 1 for 90 days. It is a zell ultimate goal. So as we play the game, beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you. Very simple to do. As we play, keep in mind getting past go, because I think you're stuck. All right, God's gift, mansions in the harbor, race boats and yachts, helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. I would like you to change your driver's license, if you would please, to a mailing address or P.O. box, whatever your state allows you to do. That's up to you. From there, I'd like to look at your car you drive today, because that car you purchased, you let them sweat you for 5 hours, you lost $10,000 up to 9 inquiries. Sorry, that's not how you buy a car. You let them treat you like a duck and a sheep. A car is fleet price tax ID division, because you get to write it all off. The house, you never put in 2 names. That makes no sense. Couldn't loan the value for 2 people. One screws up, they're both screwed up. No. Car should never be yours. If you lose the car or the house, the creditor is going to give it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you have a creditor problem as well. Okay? So the ultimate goal is very simple, up to you. So every division should have a car as a registered owner. That's very important, so you can plan the problem. Next thing is, we have to learn to do one thing: protect the registered owner. We don't want it to be you, we want it to be a division, because there's a lot of bumpity bumps. Every property you ever obtain should be a division of a corporation. You don't know who's going to slip, fall, and try to sue you and hurt you and your family. All right, the goal is your paycheck should be offset by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the 10 billion. All right, they're not paying tax on the double trillion they're worth now today. Again, it's up to you as you play the game. So let's understand today, very simple. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter within 24 hours. All right, very simple. I think he's Twilly and Twilly dumb. But he does have the spaceship. So do the other two guys. So the reality is you can win the game, play the game, join the club, or never bring the pain home. But that's up to you. Step 15. Carl's using a line of credit offset tax on $1 billion. Walt Disney just wrote an IOU to themselves. And that's how borrow money is not taxable. Run your life through a corporation or a conjunction. Maybe you're going to pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck is taxable income. You use the leftover to pay the car payment, gas registration, insurance. I'd yell no. So that way you drive a company car like I do. But that's up to you. Step 17. Next, why don't you go to irs.gov? Get a hold of an SS4 form today. Find out it says banking and credit purposes. And that's Ray's rules, and it's basically IRS public record. The ultimate goal is how to play. And you can download that form right away and never bring the pain home too. But that's up to you. As we play, remember when Nixon took the gold standard out. The hospital handed Mama an SSN form for the baby. And then the baby went home to take a nap. So the goal is simple. When you got a piece of property, you want to buy one, it's escrow, closed homestead, trust. If you have one, it's not in a trust. That's called silly and dumb. When they sue you, they screw you and take it away. When you die, your family gets diddly squat. When you fix up a property, you hire the contractor. It hires a subcontractor to stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. But if they slip, fall, and cut corners and sue you, they take everything away from you. I want you to do it my way so they get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you think about irrevocable trust today? All right, that's step 19, 6 more to go. So it's like people say, I don't pay tax, I don't pay tax. That's people should belong in prison. They're so stupid. I mean, come on. You can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. I mean, Mr. Biden's son did, but he got one of these because who he is. It's ridiculous. Those are felonies. He should be in prison for 20 friggin' years. But that's just my opinion. Wesley Snipes, he went to prison for 3 years when he basically didn't think he had to pay tax too. So you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. If you tried it and want to get back on your feet, go to irs.gov. It's a 656 form 433 A and B. Understand how to play step 20 today. You should learn to be an OPM, up to 70% discount. Don't pay a bill up to 90 days. So what do we do when we get money out of an escrow? We leverage it to 15 million bucks. Borrow money is not taxable. We create a line of defense. So there's very simple step 21 called blackjack. You get to win. I like to win too. So there's the Ray Reynolds University, 2009, 22,000 square foot building. 3 locations in other states as well, and up to $1 million a day. Ultimate goal. But what did I do when I woke up from a coma and they stole my life? I took out my blueprint. I didn't feel sorry for myself. The ultimate goal is see it, believe it, go get it. The ultimate goal is very simple to do. And I build a corporate umbrella. The corporate umbrella basically protects you. The ultimate goal. As we do all these things, let's understand that is step 22. So the 1,000 steps to millionaire and learn to be the certified CFO. Today we have a choice. If you want the full blueprint, 12 books and CDs, they're free to you. All you have to do is Zelle $99. Ultimate goal, very simple to do, and we'll ship it right away. It's been sold at the Bonaventure for $5,000 a set. From there, there's your Zelle. So I'm basically online 6 days a week, 45 years, in person or online, my last and final year. So if you're in that 6 months boot camp, video conferencing, this Saturday's your last one. You might want to get into more classes before it ends too. So the reality is it's going to be up to you. If you want end of the year, or literally level 1, 2 and specialty classes, you can do it for $19.99. That'll save you $5,000 today. If you want to get into that, level 1, 2, and 3 video conferencing, you got $8,000 at the office, or you got it through me for $29.99. You want some phone calls, private calls with me? They're simple to do too. There it's a Zelle. Why credit loan money? You have to create line of defense. You got to get that first 100,000 to get residual income, 10,000 to 50,000 a month. Section 8 is a way to do it too. Legacy, very simple to do, 10 to 50,000 a month. And the boot camp coming up is going to be more about legacy and planning to die and going through the 18 books and CDs. Keep in mind, it's very simple to understand. The biggest problem we have is you. Don't think, just do. Think about expos, franchises, and hedge funds too. Ultimate goal. From there, if you want an ultimate package, private calls weekly for 30 days and literally the boot camp as well, and 90 days of all workshops and 9 divisions, you got 6 ways to do this today based on the amount of credit you want as a bonus. It's right there. Take a picture, Zelle it right away. All right, or bank transfer deposit or an offer today. Simple to do. Corporation's a legal person. Remember each division, line of defense, and build credit as well. So those are the ducks, not the corporate, not your family ever again. Every tax ID is entitled to a Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, to tax ID. 9 divisions is up to 1 million. 41 is up to 5 million. From there, would you like to multiply one card to 99 more, or at least 9 at least? So they even offer the 99 more, but it's a choice and a line of credit too. So each division with tax ID and history builds credit reports under the corporate umbrella. I charge $4.99 per division, 3 for $14.97. It's a Zelle, write down RW when you Zelle, and what you Zelle for too. What are you willing to lose? Family, no. Corp, no. Division, maybe. See, if we play chess today, we both lose pieces on both sides. The way I designed this, we both get checkmate. The ultimate goal, step 23. So let's understand today it's very simple. Reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. Raise rules, create a corporation, divisions, train people to be a certified CFO. The ultimate goal. So if you want to be the corporate next millionaire, you let me know. From there, let me add you to my credit system, and I'll show you exactly how to get the American dream. But first of all, I got to analyze your credit. I got to tell you exactly what I need you to do, and I'll call your case number out at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time in rotation on a Saturday too. Understand? All right, never have joint credits in the way. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Corporation, I understand why people spend thousands for a piece of paper that's free. Ultimate goal, it needs divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense. Raise rules, building cash credit as a bonus, letting you write it all off too. No more excuses for you, step 24. The ultimate goal, so there's that 750, that's all you want from me. Let me analyze you. Let me wrap a refresh. Let me basically rebuild the credit report, 750. You go to class, $9.99, 1,000 card back to you, discounted to $4.99 today during the broadcast with me, and the card becomes $500. From here, the starter package. Credit rebuilding, rapid score, articles, offices, tax ID free if you don't have them. Set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. So I'm going to do it for $9.99 and give you 10 times your money back. Office gives you 5, just to let you know. From there, analyze in 24 hours, add history, start popping credit as soon as possible. Become that certified CFO, and you get 90 days of level 1 with me. Those bonuses are only during this broadcast today. It is a Zelle. Ray Reynolds recipient, Ray at raisecredit.com. So giving you referrals is great. You give referrals, we build you more credit, or we Zelle you back 10%, as long as they name your name when they sign up, or put your name on the little message of the Zelle. If you want to basically give me a phone number and name, I'll have one of our specialists call them right away. Again, corporation, managing entities, your bank's bankrupt locations, and get a tax credit. Sam's Club, Geico, cities. It's about time you learn to play your side, and for you, stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO and understand how to reprogram your brain to millionaire status. We look behind the curtain. We have to understand. We stay safe. We stay strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, it's very simple to understand. So if you need to call Scott, my controller, at 800-254-9506 and say, I want to get what Ray offered today, go for it. From there, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. The ultimate goal at the end of the day. God loves us all.